Arrowfield stud principal John Massara is very strong on the womb-to-tomb ethos for the farm's thoroughbreds, and many of their stallions and blue hen broodmares return to the farm after their racing days. Adam Shankley has taken many of their star racetrack performers through the sales ring as yearlings and tended to them as breed-shaping stallions when they return to their birthplace.
$1 million now. At $1 million, I'm going to sell his colt at $1 million, but I'll take 50 before the hammer drops.
Adam, you didn't sort of come from a racing background or a breeding background, but you've obviously developed a fabulous career to be working at, one of the elite farms in the world, Arrowfield Stud. Tell me a bit about why you came to actually enjoy working with horses from when you were young.
My sister had a horse when she was younger and she got thrown off a couple of times, so I got asked to ride it by my dad. So yeah, I just loved going horse riding and yeah, just really enjoyed just spending time horse riding.
And then you did go and work down at Hobson's Lodge down in Victoria, but you also did study early on.
After Hobson's Lodge, I did the Wangaratta TAFE course, the 2-year diploma of breeding. The TAFE course taught you a lot about the theory side of it, but there were 3 placements on horse studs, so I got to work at Colin Grove, Independent Stallions, and then Widden. And then at the end of the course, I stayed on at Widden, working there.
And that's again a great grounding, and we've seen so many people in the industry come through spending time working at Widden, because you have to do everything, don't you?
Yeah, I did everything at Widden, yeah. Yearlings, dry mares, yeah, everything.
And then as far as Arrowfield, I mean, the history you have within Arrowfield of, in particular, Redoute's Choice, just a wonderful champion of more than a generation, but also, Snitzel, you've had not a single doubt who you led through the ring as a yearling, the Autumn Sun. The stallion side of it is just such an important part of everyone's work at Arrowfield, but is that the thing that you really enjoy the most?
Yeah, I love working with the stallions. Redoute's, he was a pretty special part of all of our lives, but when I first started there, we had Snippets as well, so, and then Dan Zero, Flying Spur. He was one of the first horses I liked as a racehorse. I remember I backed him when he won the Golden Slipper, so to come and work with him was pretty special.
And of course he then sired a Golden Slipper winner in Forensics too. How much joy do you get when you watch these horses that you're so close to on a day-to-day level when they do get that sort of success on the track?
Yeah, it's amazing, from the breeding shed, the foaling, all the way through weaning, handling them as foals, yearlings, and then watching them on the racetrack. Yeah, it's what keeps me, going and interested. I love seeing where they end up. Tell
me about Redoute's. What was, from a personal point of view, what was so special about him?
He was such a kind horse. He'd do anything for you. So he was just a really kind, beautiful animal. And again, it gets back to that level of success. I mean, he was a champion on the track, and that level of success of the offspring. I mean, the babies are still, the dam sire now, you look at even a Totsu on the weekend, these sort of horses, he's now the grandfather coming through the mare. Yeah, it's amazing to keep watching it, Animo and all these, it's amazing to watch every weekend and to see, he's still, he's gone, but he's still with us. Yeah, and it was so sad. I can see it makes you sad talking about him, but I know you were able to see him just at the end there, and I think it was your son, you have a beautiful photo with him. Yeah, my son and daughter, they came the night before, so yeah, it was great. His son Snitzel, a 4-time champion Australian sire. I mean, the legacy that has been left through the whole of Arrowfield through these stallions is quite incredible. What do you put that down to? I mean, we know John Massara, has a vision of what he wants the farm to be, and there are plenty of people that have advice and work on planning matings and so on. But what is it that makes those stallions so much better than the rest? Yeah, they've got unbelievable temperaments. They're amazing horses to work with. They're easy horses to work with. They don't have any vices in any way. They're just, Snitzel's amazing. He comes in, goes to the paddock, goes to the covering shed, does his job, eats. He's just the perfect horse. He's amazing.
And a lot of that, I mean, we're looking at a horse such as, Not a Single Doubt coming off the farm, who you actually took through the ring as a yearling, which is just fantastic. And then he's gone on. He was only a listed winner, but he's become one of our truly great stallions now in Australia, and a broodmare sire, a sire of sires, a golden slipper winner Farnan, and so many more. But it's about the management of these horses when they're young, isn't it? And that's about the people.
He was special because he got to come taking singles through the ring and then having him race in our colours and then come back to the farm, and then I looked after him in the stallion barn. So that was just, that whole course of, coming back around was just great. And then, he's been such an amazing stallion.
And that gets back to the people, doesn't it, the staff. It's so important to give these horses a good foundation. And I know you must educate a lot of staff now, having been at Arrowfield for 20 plus years, about the importance of giving them that grounding.
Yeah, well, the horses are amazing. Yeah, the staff that we have had, the time I've been there, have been, very good. For myself, when I started there, had Peter Keating and Sam Fairgrave. They taught me, a lot. So now that's our job now with all the young kids coming through, is to help them on their way and keep them going in the industry.
And there are lots of little routines, that are so important, such as that, when you're coming in and coming out of the barn, to actually say, coming in or whatever. I mean, safety is paramount, isn't it, for your staff and your horses?
Yeah, it's like especially here at the sales. Yeah, we make sure that we talk to each other and let each other know what we're doing, for horse and for people. You
must be confident, having dealt with these stallions. You have to have a level of confidence in your own horse management. How do you instill that in others? Is that naturally in some people and not in others, or does it come from experience when you watch a young person first working with thoroughbreds?
I think some people naturally can have it, but just with experience over time, you become more confident as you learn more and get to handle the horses more and do that sort of stuff. You become confident as you get more experience.
The issue of staffing in Australia, it's a big issue, isn't it, to get more people to want to work in the industry?
Yeah, it's a big issue, but it's good to see that, the industry as a whole has been trying to do so much to get more young kids involved. So I think that sort of stuff's very good, yeah.
And how much do you enjoy the job, like the day-to-day? I mean, they're long hours, and a lot of the young people, might grumble about that, but everyone's been through it. What would you say to someone that was looking and going, oh my goodness, I would love to work at Arrowfield? What would you say about the fun of the job?
The hours can be long, but we do have a lot of fun while we're at work. We take our job seriously, but, we do have a lot of jokes and, there's a lot of banter around, so it's not just hard work and serious. It's hard work, but it's a lot of fun along the way.
And do you get to the races much to see the horses? I mean, are you normally sort of watching them back at the farm? Do you ever sort of get a chance on the big days to get up there and see, for instance, the Autumn Sun when he was winning his Group 1s?
Yeah, I try to get to the races as much as I can. Not so much now. I've got 2 teenage kids, but I went for about 5 years in a row, from like when Dance Hero won the slipper, went like 5 years in a row, so Miss Finland, and got to go to all those golden slippers. It was amazing going to, race day experiences. You can watch it on your phone, but if you go to a race meeting, it's a complete different thing.
Can you explain what you think when you're looking at, say, a Miss Finland or a Dance Hero or the Autumn Sun, when they're about to run in a big race and then they win? I mean, that just must be so thrilling.
You get excited. Well, I do every time, you see them going around. I get excited when you see them going around at Sandown on a Wednesday. So, big days are even that little bit more special.
And a horse like the Autumn Sun, I mean, you would have known when you were leading him through as a yearling, you would have known what's gone into him. A son of Redoute's choice, out of a daughter of Galileo, the Aga Khan partnership with JM and the Arrowfield team. What's the pressure like when you lead a colt like that through the Inglis Easter yearling sale ring?
Well, the Autumn Sun, there was no pressure with him. He had all the attributes of Redoute's. He was just the most relaxed yearling. I have a picture of him leaving the old Ramwick barn, and he's just amazing, has his head down. He was just so relaxed, and he was just like that Redoute's choice temperament. He was amazing like that. I think you can get a feel for how good you think they're going to be. Like he was such a smooth walking horse. He barely makes any noise when he gets along, so he gave you all those sort of feelings that he was going to be a top horse, yeah.
And so what do you, with so much experience on both the stallion side and the yearling side, what do you like best?
I like doing all of it. I love handling I help do the foal handling as well, so I really enjoy starting them out. And I like doing it from foals all the way through to, obviously seeing them in the stallion barn as well, so it's great.
You must really love the animal.
Yeah, I love the horses, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is about them, yeah, but the ones I've had to work with, just they've been such kind animals, and they give you your best. They give you their best every day.